the next book, that is nothing but Joseph Newgan's book. It is Don't Believe Everything You Think. We used to think a lot, I could say that. So, number of things we are having in our brain, and we used to think a lot, exactly many things, not one thing, right? But don't believe everything you think. Every day we used to have minimum to minimum 60,000 of the thoughts. In that, might be few are good, some are negative, some it's a futile, not useful. So like this many thoughts we used to see. So in that, which one are useful for us and how they are going to be useful for us. So let us, we will see. Whatever you are going to think, especially, don't believe all those. That's the main thing. He's an international bestseller, Joseph Nguyen, N-E silent, Nguyen. It's an inspirational leader who has given this book. This book consists of total 17 chapters. In that, you could see the starting. The first chapter is the journey to finding the root cause of suffering, the root cause of all suffering. Why do we even think? Thought versus thinking. If we can only feel what we are thinking, don't we need to think positively to feel this way? How the human experience is created, the three principles. If thinking is a root cause of our suffering, how do we stop thinking? How can we possibly thrive in the world without thinking? If we stop thinking, what do we do about our goals, dreams and ambitions, unconditional love and creation? What do you do next after experiencing peace, joy, love and fulfillment in the present? Nothing is either good or bad. How do you know what to do without thinking? How to follow your intuition, creating space for miracles? What happens when you begin in living in non-thinking, and now what? These are the 17 chapters which we can able to observe. What you will discover in this book is how to get the most out of reading it. So from this book, what we are going to get exactly? We cannot change what we are not aware of. So whatever the things which are not aware of, we are unable to change those. And once we are aware, we cannot help but change. So once anything we are aware, then we can change it very easily. So from this book, the introduction, truth cannot be intellectualized, it can only be experienced. So whatever the truth might be, you could see that it is going to come into the experience instead of intellectualization. So this was the introduction, the journey to find the root cause of suffering. As you all are aware that we used to suffer a lot for one or other the reason. Okay. So what it is going to give and how to stop it. People have a hard time letting go of their suffering. Out of fear of the unknown, they prefer suffering that is familiar. So what to do? Instead of that, they are going to become very familiar with the suffering exactly. So that's what we are going to speak regarding that. What we need to do when the suffering came. Understanding of how our minds work and how the human experience is created. So whatever the experience, how we are going to get, that is going to get due to the creation. All these are going to get created, and how our mind is going to work. First of all, we need to understand regarding that. Then you need to have the human experience. The second topic is the root cause of all suffering. Thought is not reality, yet it is through thought that our realities are created. So whatever the realities are there, they are going to get created with the thoughts. One who looks around him is intelligent and one who looks within him is wise. This was given by Matshona Dvyavo. Yes, it is true. One who looks around him is intelligent. So, if I am going to observe the surroundings or otherwise from the experiences of others, so that is called as intelligent. But one who looks within themselves, within him or her is wise. So, reality is that event happened with no meaning, thinking or interpretation of it. Never we will think that the reality is going to happen like this and it is not having any meaning. Reality is going to happen as it is. The root cause of our suffering is our own thinking. So, how you are going to think, according to that the reality is going to present. And root cause, if you want to not to have the suffering, then don't think in such a manner, right? So, the root cause of our suffering is our own thinking. How you are going to think, you are going to get that. Yes, today only one same incident happened. How really the manifestation is going to occur, I can say this. Yesterday I said that I want to have today tomato soup. Tomato soup. I said to my daughter that prepare it, tomorrow we will have that. So today she got purple belt in the karate exam. So our downstairs we are having our house owner. So I went to show that medal and everything. So they have served me tomato soup. This is not coincidence, this is not first time it is happening. So this is called as what we are going to think, it is going to come into the action, that I am saying. So law of attraction is going to work. So if you are going to think negative, negative only is going to happen. If you are going to think positive, positive only is going to happen. So that's what the root cause of our suffering is, our own thinking. So let us not to have this, and we can get more and more into it. Why do we even think? Actually, why we need to think? I think and think and think. I have thought myself out of happiness 1,000,000 times, but never once into it. We used to experience this. All conflict is derived from an innocent misunderstanding. So, whatever the conflict might be, whether it is related to person, money, position, whatever it might be, you could see that all these conflicts are going to occur due to the misunderstanding. So, if any misunderstandings are there, we need to get clarification, then it will be in a normal manner. So, do not try to have more and more misunderstandings to have more and more fights. Thoughts versus thinking. Stop thinking and end your problems. Stop thinking means it is not possible for all of us to stop thinking, but we can have the control over our thoughts. Our mind should not control us. We need to control our mind. What we are going to say, it needs to listen. Thoughts are energetic. They are mental raw materials which are going to create the everything. But only the thing is that we need to have the control over it. Thoughts create, thinking destroys. Thoughts are going to get creation and thinking is going to get destruction. Destroys, it is going to get the destruction. Thoughts versus thinking chart. Here one chart has been given, very nice chart I could see. Source, universe, see from where it came and how it is going to work. Source, universe and ego. Weight. Weight is the main attribute, light and heavy. So these both we are going to get the thoughts versus thinking chart. First one is of thought and second one is of the thinking, right? Energy, expansive, the thought is saying. Thinking is saying restrictive. Nature is saying infinite, and thinking is saying it's limited. Quality, it's creative, destructive. Charge, it's positive, the thought is saying. Negative, the thinking is saying. Essence, divine, it's saying. Thinking is saying mortal. Feeling, alive, thinking is saying it's stressful. Emotion, love, fear, the thinking is saying. Belief, infinite possibilities, and thinking is saying confining. Sense, wholeness and separateness, the thinking is saying. Effort, effortless and laborious. These are the chart which we are going to observe, that the thoughts versus the thinking chart. If we can only feel what we are thinking, don't we need to think positively to feel that way? We are ever only one thought away from the joy, while come from the state of no thought. So we are only just one thought from the away from the joy. So let us, we will have that type of the thoughts. The strength of the negative emotion we feel is in direct proportion to how much thinking we are doing in that moment. In the moment, how much we are going to think, that depends on that how much the negative emotion we are getting carried. In other words, the less thinking we are going to on, the strong the positive emotion we feel in the present. So, how much the less thinking we will have, that much the positive emotion we will carry. So, it is a direct proportion you could see. How the human experience is created, the three principles has been given. We are all having three basic principles. The first one is universal mind, second one is consciousness, and third one is thought. First one is universal mind, second one is consciousness, and third one is thought. So, if we are going to understand about these three principles, then you can understand everything. If the only thing people learned was not to be afraid of their experience, that alone would change the world. If you are going to get the experience, you are going to change the world. Everywhere I could say that from the mistakes we are going to learn, from the experiences we are going to learn. So, everyone will have in their life positive or the negative, whatever it might be. For example, if you are going to keep in stocks, for example, without knowledge, might we are going to lose, but that's an experience we have got. After that we will go with the whole process, then we are going to keep, might be we are going to get excel. So what is going to happen is, everything is an experience, whether it is a bad or positive, that depends. So these three plays a very important role: universal mind, consciousness, and the thought. If thinking is the root cause of our suffering, how do we stop thinking? If we are saying that the thinking is the root cause, then how do we stop it? A crowded mind leaves no space for a peaceful heart. Kristen Evangelo. A crowded mind means it's a clumsy, I could say that lots of thoughts in the mind gives no space for the peaceful heart. So don't try to have more and more thoughts. It's not possible to just entirely stop thinking, but what we can do is reduce the time we spend thinking so that it gets smaller and smaller each day that passes. It's not possible for us to stop thinking, but slowly we need to cut down. Okay. We are ever really one moment away from the remembering that we are always have the infinite well of clarity, love, joy, peace and fulfillment. So, only one thought is away, one moment is away from us. So, try to have those. How can we possibly thrive in the world without thinking? Anxiety is thought without control. Flow is control without thought. James Clear, who has given the book Atomic Habits. Anxiety is thought without control. So, whatever the anxiety we are having, it is a thought without control. Flow is control without thought. Flow is control without thought. If we stop thinking, what do we do about our goals, dreams, or ambitions? First of all, we need to think, I think, therefore I suffer. How much the thinking we will have, that much the suffering will be there. There are no limitations to the mind except those we acknowledge. Actually, mind is not having such type of the limitations, but if we will acknowledge, yes, it will be more and more. It was given by Napoleon Hill, the person who has given many books, success, many books he has written, very nice books. There are two sources of goals. Goals created out of the inspiration and goals created out of desperation. We used to create the goals and goals used to get created through two motives. One is inspiration and another is desperation. So, having goal is important, but with the inspiration it should be there and it should be in the positive motto. Here one example and the question it was given. If I had infinite money, already travelled the world, had no fear and did not receive any recognition for what I do, what would I do or what would I create? I am having infinite amount. I travelled along the world and no fear, and I did not receive any recognition. So, what should I create? Means on this what I need to. So, that depends. If you are doing anything, it does not mean that everyone are going to give the recognition, right? So, that depends. We should not depend on the external characters. Here whatever I am teaching for to give and to spread the knowledge. It is not like that whether the viewers will be there or not, or otherwise something or the other I am getting. But I have committed that I am going to teach every Sunday at 7 p.m. So, yes, here I am. Might be you are all having one or other the work, but this is my prime work. To a mind without the limits of thinking, anything is possible. So, to a mind without the limits of thinking, if the thinking is not having any limit, anything is going to be possible. 10th chapter is unconditional love and creation. Anyone should not have any conditions in the love and the creation. This is going to come automatic, I could say that. The greatest power that mankind could ever achieve is the power of unconditional love. This is when people love with no limitation, conditions or boundaries. We should not have any boundaries, we should not keep any boundaries while we are there with the while we are there with the love or the creation, whatever it. If you are going to keep that restrictions, that feeling is not going to come. When we create something without conditions or reasons, we actually immediately feel all of the positive feelings we want. See, if I am going to teach anything, it will come automatically from the positive feeling. Why? Because I want to give that knowledge. I want to give, that is most important. That is what the positive feeling is going to come. It is not like that with the conditions I am doing that. No. If it is an unconditional thing, then obviously the positive energy is going to be there. What do you do next after experiencing peace, joy, love and fulfillment in the present? Don't think it complicates things, just feel as it feels like home, then follow its path. Everything don't take into too much serious and don't make anything in the complicated manner. Try to have everything in a normal manner so that it will be in a easy flow. Okay, so don't take everything in a tension mode. Don't worry, this is all normal and part of the process of awakening. So, whatever we are doing, that's a process, that's a part of the process of the work. So, don't think over exactly in this. Nothing is either good or bad. See, in our brain, we are going to have only two things. One is a trained mind and another is untrained. There is no such type of the concept of good or the bad. If you are going to train in a positive manner, it will be good. If you are not going to be training, then it is untrained, then it is going to lead to negative effects. There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. So, whatever our thinking is going to be there, that is going to make us to have this, given by William Shakespeare. For example, we are having 88 keys in the piano. If we are going to keep a wrong key, that song, whatever, for example, the song we want to play, but is not going to come in a proper rhythmic manner, right? This is how the wrong decisions in the life will make us to understand that yes, this happened. So, next we should not do again the same mistake. Do new mistakes. Learn from that. Yes, this is my strategy. Even I have done lots of mistakes. I am not saying that I am great. I have done with lots of mistakes. So, mistakes are going to happen. From the mistakes we need to learn. How do you know what to do without thinking? The intuitive mind is a sacred gift and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. So, whatever the mind which we are having, it's a sacred one. It's a sacred one. And the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift whatever we have received, given by Albert Einstein. I no need to give introduction regarding the Einstein, who has given E is equal to mc square formula. So, how do we know what to do without thinking? So, how we will come to know that the truth is utmost. So, don't be afraid of the truth. For anything, the truth is utmost, I could say that. In short, know that you already know. If you don't know that you can know and what you need to know. Every time don't try to say that I know this. Okay. If you don't know, try to say don't know, but learn it. Learn it. Try to make it to understand. You need to know that. So that's what called as a learning. Learning is at most important. Learning, without learning you can't earn. Any skill, anything. If you want to read the book, yes, you should keep it as a habit, then and then only you can do that. How to follow your intuition. So, whatever intuition is there, how we can follow that. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. So, heart is going to say us what you want exactly, and our intuition is also going to say us. So, follow the heart. More than the mind, I could say that follow the heart. Heart is going to have the emotions. Let's explore how we can make this concept practical and bring into your everyday lives. What does following your intuition and inner wisdom look like and how can we do it? So, how we are going to do this exactly? Every single person is having different experiences, different phenomena they used to see. But the main reason to is back into thinking and believe that they have figured it out. So, whatever we want to have, that figured, we need to do it. It is only when we think we know more than God, then we run into problems. The ego should not come. Okay. Yes, many people are knowing more than us. Okay. Yes, it is sure. And we should not feel always that we are only supreme and we are knowing more than the God. Then it's ahankar. No. God who has created us, He knows everything. What we are, nothing. I could say 0 point not 1. That's also very less. So, if you are knowing more than the God, then surely we are going to run into the problems. Our part is to hold into our minds what we want and get into a state of non-thinking. This enables us to access our infinite intelligence, that is God, so that the answers are revealed to us exactly what we need to. So, whenever you want to do anything, hold your mind first of all and go into that state of non-thinking. Then we are going to get that infinite intelligence, that is the God, who is going to give the answers to us. So, why don't more people listen to their intuition? It always knows what to do and creates abundance whenever it is followed, but it is going to be followed with a fear. We know that our heart is going to say that yes, this you need to do nirja, this is going to work out, but we will have some fear. We are going to set our some boundaries. So we need to come out of that. That's called as this book. This book is going to suggest us the same. If you are going to come out of the boundaries, then you are going to achieve whatever you want. Creating space for miracles. Many miracles can able to happen, but we need to create some space. Today I make space for miracles. I recognize that it is not how big a miracle is that. It's important, but how much room I create for it. It's not a big deal to create the miracles, but how much place you have created for that. That's most important. Yes, I think you already know this story. Last time also I said regarding the Zen master. So, if anywhere you are going, you want to ask any suggestions, keep your cup empty. Cup empty means without thought. Don't have more and more thinking and you go and you are going to expect something. No, that's not proper way. If you want to know anything, keep your mind empty, then go, then fill it and come. This is how you can get. We can't solve problems by using the same level of consciousness we were at when we created them, given by Albert Einstein. The process for receiving divine downloads when you are confronted with the challenges. Become aware that your thinking is the root cause of all negative emotions. Already we had a discussion that our thinking is a major source which is going to give us all the negative emotions. Create space by surrendering all manual thinking from the personal mind and have complete faith that your inner wisdom or universe or infinite intelligence will give you the answer. So, it is going to give the answer. So, please go with the same. Create space and also surrender the how and when the answer will come to you. Become aware of any feelings that arises as you surrender and magnify those feelings of love, peace and joy. Meet what you are facing with the love and answer will come to you. So, whenever you want to do anything, first surrender and magnify those feelings of love, peace, means positive emotions we need to have more and more, the magnification, the zoom we need to do, then it is going to answer, you are going to get sure. What happens when you think living in non-living potential objects? Do not let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace. Dalai Lama. Outside elements, outside people, environment should not control us. We are happy due to our inner wisdom, due to our inner happiness. Happiness is a state of mind. Okay, so it should not depend on the others. If they will laugh, if they will make you to laugh, or otherwise something is going to happen. So someone has given you some article or something, so due to that it became happy. No, happiness, peace, all these are the states of the mind. So they are going to come by yourself, not from outside. Now what? This is the last chapter. There will come a time when you believe everything is finished. That will be the beginning. Lois Lammer. So if everyone, we used to say sometimes that yes, this happened, that happened, and now we can't do anything. My life has been gone, this, that, lots of things we used to speak. At that time, yes, whatever happened is happened again, but the new fresh chapter has been started. So now let us, we will see once the summary of this whole book. Thinking is the root cause of all the suffering. There is no other answer to why we feel negative emotions other than it is from our own thinking. Everything can be traced back to our thinking, which makes a problem solving very simple. Once we realize that our thinking is cause how we feel, we can let go of it and we return to our natural state of peace, love and joy. When we let go of our thinking, it creates space for us to be able to allow all positive emotions we want to feel to surface from within us. So you could see that if you want to create anything, first create the space. We don't live in reality, we live in perception of reality, which is created by our own thinking. We should live in the reality. We are living in the perception of the reality. Thinking is not an effect of our experience but the cause of it. The thoughts in our mind are not facts. Whatever the thoughts we are having, so those are not the facts. Our thinking only has control over us if we believe it. If we acknowledge it, then and then only the suffering is going to start. Our feelings are direct feedback and an innate internal guidance system to let us know whether we are lacking understanding or have absolute clarity of the truth. Feelings are an invitation to deepen our understanding of the truth. So these are the invitations which we are going to get. We are in flow when we are not thinking. It's a continuous. There is no separation between us and the universe and all of the life when we are not thinking. It is only when we think that we cut ourselves from the source and feel separate from all the things. So universe is going to give, means we are all same, but if you started thinking in such a manner, then it is going to create more and more impact and we are going to get separated from the universe. So that's why whatever you are going to manifest, the universe is going to give back only due to this reason. Why? Because we are all having the same frequency. Frequency matters a lot. Thinking and thoughts are two different things. Thinking is a verb and requires our manual effort. Thinking, for that manual efforts are required, which causes suffering. Thoughts are nouns. Thinking is a verb. Thoughts are nouns which do not come from us and are divine downloads from the universe. Thoughts, they are going to come from the divine downloads and we are going to have the thinking. This is a process which we used to do. We think because it's a biological response to survive. Our minds think only because it is trying to keep us alive, but it does not help us to thrive. It is only concerned with our safety and survival but not our fulfillment. Thinking holds us back from our highest selves by causing negative feelings within us that prevent us from following our true callings. It's a biological response which is going to make us to alive but it's not going to help us to thrive in that. Our minds are limited to our personal experiences. If we want to receive insights, creativity and knowledge beyond the capabilities of your current self, simply choose to listen to infinite intelligence rather than your finite mind. This infinite source of truth is available to all people at all times if we allow to be. So if you are going to allow, yes, it is going to be there for more and more time. Universal intelligence or mind is the energy that everything in the universe. So whatever the universal intelligence or mind is that is there in the universe with everything. It is a source of where everything comes from, that is before form and we are made up of it. This energy has a feeling which is the feeling of love, peace, joy, connection and well-being. That is what we fall back into when we let go of our thinking, and it is our natural states. Already I said the thoughts are from the divine downloads, and thinking is a part of process which we are doing. So if we want the energy in the same manner, so we need to start, I could say that gratitude showing, praying. So these are the few examples which I could give to maintain that peace, joy, everything you want to create. So that is due to the thinking. So the thinking is going to be there with as an action from our side. Since we are all always connected to the same source of infinite intelligence, once we let go of our thinking, we access new thoughts, ideas and insights even if we have never experienced them before. The more we trust our intuition and this infinite intelligence, the more we will receive these insights that are always available to us. So, the more and more we are going to give, the more and more we are going to get. Peace, love and joy all are positive emotions and are all default states as a humans. It is only when we begin thinking then we get taken out of that natural state. Once we let go of our thinking, we fall back into our natural state of being and experience all positive feelings effortlessly. So these three are the positive emotion. They are going to be their default, like in a mobile default means I could say that already the wallpapers used to present, ringtones used to present, they are default. Okay, so like that here in our mind also they are going to present exactly, but what we need to do is we need to use them. That's most important. We are ever only one thought or one insight away from expanding our consciousness and experiencing a deeper feeling of love at all times, which comes from a state of non-thinking. So it also already it is present, joy, love, thinking, all these. So only it has to get shown. Clarity is the nature of our minds and our default state. It is only when we get caught up in our thinking that things do not seem so. So, the things are not going to be seen as so when the clarity, already clarity is a default state, but if you start thinking then the clarity won't be there for a longer time. If we let go of our thinking, we return to our factory default setting of peace, love and joy and quiet mind. Already I said that these four are defaultly they are present, but if you start thinking and we will get confusion, we will get a lots of things, and this at that time the state of mind is going to change. So try not to have much thinking. So clarity is already present, so no need to have much thinking regarding that. There is nothing inherently wrong with anyone or anything in the universe, but our thinking will make us think so. You do not have to be fixed because you are not broken. There is only something for you to realize and remember, which is that thinking is the root cause of our suffering. You do not have to do anything about your thinking. All you have to do is shift your understanding of thinking and you will fall back into the truth of who you are, which is beyond your thinking. So, which is beyond your thinking, already it is present. So, don't get confusion, don't go here and there. Your thinking, your body and everything you think you know. As soon as you let go of your thinking, you become one with infinite intelligence, allowing you to feel a never ending abundance of love, peace and joy that is always available to you because it is your true nature. Already in our nature it is present. So, only this when you start thinking more, then it is going to get whether it is a positive state or the is a negative state, but already they are defaultly they are present. So, do not give the stress on that. When you make space for infinite intelligence, it makes space for you. The more you trust it, the more it trusts you. There is never an end to how much space you can make for it. When you prioritize making space in your life and in your mind for infinite intelligence to come through, your life will change. So, if you are going to give the importance to the infinite intelligence, then it is also going to give the the infinite intelligence is also going to feel that you are important. If you are going to trust, it is also going to trust you. So, a guide to stop thinking. How you can have the thinking, you can stop. Eliminate things that make you more prone to thinking. So fight or flight mode, you can go with that. Eliminate as many things and actions in your life that do not inspire you or excite you. If you are not feeling excitement, remove. Create an environment that help you to put in non-thinking state. So non-thinking state like a declutter state, I could say that like removing of mobile, or I could say dopamine detox. Once you are going to speak about that, collecting 3 hours per day or otherwise in a week one time, no seeing of the screen. So like that you can do to have the more thinking in the positive manner. Create a morning activation ritual to help you to start your day in a peaceful, non-thinking state. Use the space to receive insights from infinite intelligence to help you navigate through life. Create space in your day to be able to decompress, relax and return to a state of non-thinking. Write out things you can do during your day that can help you achieving this. It could be journaling, taking a walk, meditating, playing with your pets, taking a nap, doing yoga or anything. So, but try to create that. Especially in the morning, try to do this. Frame for how to stop thinking. Realize if you are suffering, you are thinking. Means if you are getting suffering means you started thinking. Realize the difference between thinking and the thoughts. Already I said regarding this. Don't try to find the root cause. Thinking is the root cause. Only thinking is the root cause. So try not to search the more and more. If you don't think, there is no fear. Create a space for persisting negative thinking. Allow them to be there and acknowledge them for what they are. Especially if you start doing meditation, many thoughts used to come, pass on, pass on, pass on. So you just see that at what time they are going to be, but let it go, let it go. Don't try to acknowledge any thought. Understand that you are the sacred space that hold these feelings, but that you are not the feelings themselves. Don't be afraid to be alone with your thinking and have the courage to allow it to be your consciousness. Welcome it in and see that the thinking just wants to be acknowledged. Realize that negative thoughts only have the power over you if you believe in them. So, if negative thoughts are going to have the power only if you believe them, and if you start acknowledging, then it will become more and more. Once you allow them to exist in your consciousness and don't resist the feelings, you can then look beyond the feelings to see the truth behind it all. Every feeling contains a seed of truth in it, which will help you deepen your awareness and allow you to experience life more fully. So, these are the main potential obstacles. What type of obstacles you are going to get? Not having the enough faith, fear, these both I could say that especially we are going to get more and more. And yes, that's all. I could say that we need to have our physical health maintenance properly, physical environment, digital environment as well as digital consumption. Digital consumption means what the media or content what you are seeing, whether it is bringing the anxiety or stress or something or otherwise fun. So let you see that first of all, choose the top priorities which are important for you. Physical health, physical environment and digital consumption. These four plays a very, very important role, I could say that, and then only we can get rid of the many of the things. So yes, this is how the book has been written by the Joseph Nguyen. So whatever he has said is right. In this perspective, we can take one thing from him is whatever he has said, that thinking is a root cause of suffering. So try not to have unnecessary thinking and try to follow your heart and try to follow your intuition. I could say that then you are going to do the miracles in the life. So Kandala Sai Neeraja, the coach KSN is signing off. Again, next week we are going to go with the next book. Until then, take care. Bye bye.